may use your data pad for photography and videography. Just no flash, no active eating or drinking once we're inside. When we go inside, you're going to sit together in your squads. Any viewers will stay behind their builders, and you're going to hand over those crystal flags. Right over here. And we're going to go in as fast as safely possible. We just don't want certain eyes looking in. Is that clear? Clear.
Yes.
All right, stand up, remember, sit together in the squads, and head over the trenches to chill in as we go in.
It's a line, Lily. We just wait for it.
Come on down, buddy. Right this way. Come on down. Thank you. Let's get the workshop before bucketheads show up and start asking questions. Thank you, sir. Right this way. Come on down. Cards.
Right down this way, fellas. Right down this way, they're going to be assigned to your build station. Right down this way.
Over here. Over here. Over here.
So excited. Super excited.
Welcome.
Record
I
this.
apologize for any confusion and rushing you in, but with the first order right outside, we have to make sure that you're the ones we're looking for. Rest assured though, you're safe now, so come on, take a look around at our workshop. I know, it doesn't look like much. It is a bit dark and dusty, and it is cluttered everywhere, but to us, this is all we have, and to us, it's home. Oh, allow me to introduce ourselves. Here I have Candy, this is Jeff. My name is Lizzie, and we humbly call ourselves the Gatherers. We have dedicated our lives to this dangerous task. In order to collect these relics for you, we have traveled to planets throughout the galaxy, from the fallen temples of Jeddah to the ashes of Malachor and even the dark forests of Kashyyyk. We go through all of this trouble in order to preserve our past and to ensure our futures. Because like you might have seen outside, we are in troubling times. There is a conflict between the Resistance and the First Order, and it has been brought all the way to the Outer Rim here on the Tube. And the call for help has been sent throughout the galaxy, but in the past we've had legends like Luke Skywalker answer that call, and now there are whispers of a new hero, Rey. She is our spark of hope, and like Luke and Rey, you have answered that call for help as well, and that is why you're here. But I believe you're here for something else as well. We believe you're here for this. The lightsaber. Elegant and powerful. The lightsaber is a direct connection between its wielder and the Force, and it is a reflection of its builder. It has been held by some of our greatest heroes and their strongest foes. And now building a lightsaber is a lost and ancient art form, but it's an art form that we hope to pass on to all of you. And in order to build a lightsaber, it begins with something small but very powerful. It begins with the kyber crystal. The kyber crystal is the heart of your lightsaber. It will magnify and intensify the powers of the Force, so much so that the color of your crystal will determine the color that your blade emits. Now, throughout our travels in the galaxy, we've been able to gather 4 colors for you to choose from. And also, you can see with the symbol of the Empire behind us, it was not easy. But I'll start with our first to offer, blue. Once wielded by Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, General Leia Organa, and now by Rey, our spark of hope. Green, held by Qui-Gon Jinn, a hero to the Clone Wars, Ahsoka Tano, and by Master Yoda. Violet, beautiful and rare, once wielded by Master Mace Windu himself. And red, some may say it is the crystal of power. It has been held by Darth Vader, Darth Maul, Asajj Ventress, and now is held by Kylo Ren. Like those legends once did, it is time for you to choose your kyber crystal. So reach out into the Force and feel the vibration of the crystal that calls to you. That crystal will give you balance, and in times of despair, it will be your center. Once you have chosen that crystal, place it and leave it on the green plates in front of you to keep them stable in the time ahead. It's time to move on to the hilts. The hilt is the foundation of your lightsaber. expertise of the skills, and my fellow gatherers are here to help us out. So we just have one question for all of you. Are you ready to build a lightsaber?
Yeah.
All right, let's build. Go ahead and pick up your chassis from the left-hand side. You're going to hold it with the oval vents on the top half. In the center of that chassis, there is a crystal chamber, and the ceiling of that chamber near the vents is a spring pad. Take your crystal. You can use either end. You're going to push up into the center of that ceiling using your crystal and that spring pad. Now you need that crystal to stand straight up and down, locked into place inside that chamber. When the crystal is initially inserted, you should hear a brief hum, and the crystal end vent should continue to glow the color that you've chosen. If neither of those things happen or you'd like assistance, let us know. Go with your crystal standing straight up and down, locked into place, and glow.
I've got to figure this out.
Alright, for those of you who are ready, we are moving on to section 5. In section 5, you are choosing one set of matching activation plates. Once you've chosen a matching set from section 5, look on the inside of those pieces. One has a red square in the corner and the other has a blue rectangle. Those are going to match up to the same symbols on your chassis near the console. The red square on the inside of your switch plate will go directly on top of the red square on your chassis. And the blue rectangle that is on the inside of your switch plate will go directly on top of the blue rectangle on your chassis. And with both pieces in place, find your activation switch and push that piece
What I like
up
doing, I like
towards
using the
vent
nail tip of the
of your
card because for
chassis.
use both
You
ends.
should hear a misfire when you try to
Thank you.
activate by
Alright, now you're going to go on to section 5, top 2 or bottom 2? Which one do you do?
for now. If you do not hear it,
Alright, look on the inside of the piece first. There's going to be a red square. Make sure to
again, that
match
is
the
red
red
square
square.
directly on top of the red square.
Top 2 or bottom 2? I think you mix and match this
Up
side.
toward the vent, so you hear that misfire. Now you let misfire
So this one's going to match that back.
Once you have heard that misfire, by pushing that switch up from the vent, you are moving on to sections 1 and 2.
Now look on
In
the inside.
sections
There's
1
going to be a
and
red
2,
square.
you
Make
are
sure to match
choosing
the
any
red
two
square.
of those four sleeves. Any of those blue on the top or the bottom of your hills, however, there is one rule. And if I could have you all look up here for a demonstration. On one end of each sleeve, there's a wider, thicker band that has threading on the inside. That wider, thicker band with threading is the only end of your sleeve that can go into your chassis first. Once that thicker band with threading is touching those activation plates, you are going to do a firm and continuous twist at the same time into those activation plates so your sleeve stays in place. Pushing and twisting at the same time to the center of that chassis. The top is a push and
any
twist to
two
your
out of those
left, and the
four.
bottom
So
is
which
a push and twist to your right. Push and twist at the same time into those activation plates until your sleeves stay in place. Once again, you can choose any two of those four sleeves and you can do any combination. Just make sure to put that thicker, wider end of your sleeve into the chassis first. You are going to end up with something like this with one sleeve on the top and bottom of your activation plate. Once you have one sleeve on either end securely fastened, you are moving on to section 3. In section 3, choose one emitter to on the hollow end of your chassis. Place your emitter from section 3 on the hollow end and just push. No pressure is required for your emitter from section 3
You want a section 3?
on the hollow end of your chassis.
Or the bottom? Which one do you want?
And with your emitter from section 3 securely fastened on that hollow end, you're going to flip your entire chassis upside down so your exposed power cells are now facing the ceiling.
Need to be recorded.
Choose one pommel from section 4 to go directly on top. Make sure your pommel goes on level and aligned. Feels difficult or looks crooked, just take your pommel off and realign it so you don't ruin the threading on your chassis. And once you're done building, place your finished hooks on the stands in front of you so we can perform a final inspection for you.
Amazing. Do you like any?
Final choices.
Yes.
Is it okay if I check it?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
I
I'm
just
going
want
to
to
try that out. Activate and deactivate.
I just want to see how it looks.
Alright, place it right back here. Are these your final choices as well?
Okay, back
Is it
up to
okay
the
if I
wall.
check?
Gonna need to back up to the wall.
Good so far. I'm going to try activating. have all of you take a big step back away from your workstations and stay back. And my fellow gatherers, insert your help into our crystal stabilization chambers. You're doing this in order to stabilize your kyber crystals, because traditionally this is done using the force, but fortunately we gatherers are not force sensitive. So Sophie's created this incredible piece of technology to do that for us. And well, like most technology, it is a little fickle sometimes. I am so sorry. We have a generator in the back.
Well done. Chosen not much with skill you have. Chosen with heart. When joined they are, much more they will become. For you, it is time.
Master Yoda, the force must be very strong in this room to have brought Master Yoda here in just a moment, but not yet. I'll be asking all of you to take a step forwards together, place a hand on your hilt, and activate. So, are you all prepared to forge that bond between you and your lightsabers?
Yes.
All right. Take your step forwards. Place a hand on your hilt and activate. Raise your lightsabers. You have just built a lightsaber, just like the Jedi and the Sith that come before you, and like them, you too can change the galaxy. Remember, it only takes a spark. Raise your lightsabers high and proud. Excellent job. You may lower and deactivate.
Complete your lightsaber is. Light your path, it can. Choose your path. Only you can. May the force be with you.
Thank you, Master Yoda. Thank you, builders. You are all as unique and as extraordinary as the lightsabers you hold in your hands. In your hands you hold remarkable power and remarkable power. Well, it should not be dropped on the ground. So, in order to protect your new lightsabers, we are pleased to present a saber sheath to you as you depart. Our time together has come to an end, but your journeys are just beginning. It's time for you to make your mark on the galaxy, and who knows, maybe one day we'll be here telling your stories. Safe travels, and as we say on our outpost, till the fire.
Till the fire.
We need to show this to
Heck yeah.